Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories.
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya. Hey, happy campers! Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode. It's super tiny, super cute, fits right in your pocket, and it is our mini episode. Did I already say that? Brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you.
And listeners, just so you know, if you're listening to this show, you are an ally, and it is October. You are so far removed from Pride Month, and you're still participating in queer activities. So just know that in your heart, these two gay guys are saying, ally, ally, ally.
Come on, Ally and AJ.
Speaking of allyship, I am currently, while this episode is airing, I am on a plane to the Dominican Republic, which I don't think they're super queer friendly. I don't know.
No, and you're going to a straight wedding. What are you talking about?
I don't know why I made that connection, but I'll be gay and I'll be there. So I'll make
There
it
you
queer
go.
by my existence.
There you go.
Isn't that incredible? I'm currently over the Atlantic. My
Yeah.
flight leaves at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh my God, look down. Can you see the coral reef?
I can see you.
Oh
Why
my
are you
God, I'm waving.
topless?
Stop. I'm on the roof. I am not going to the wedding. I will talk about it at some point. Maybe you've already heard the details, but I also have a wedding that Zachariah is making it to. We're both in the weddings, and yours is international, and mine is down under. That's right, South Dakota. Nope, South Carolina. I better double check my plane ticket and make sure I bought it to the right place.
You're going to Myrtle Beach.
I'm going to Myrtle Beach, which now that I think about it, is in North Carolina. Why don't they just name them different? Or settle their differences and become Carolina.
Absorb like the substance.
Oh my God. Such a smart idea.
So something really clever and crazy is happening right now while I'm on this plane. I'm speaking from the future.
Okay.
Guess where I'm sitting on this plane?
Where?
First class.
Wow. He's flying first class up in the sky.
I'm drinking champagne
Bang.
out of a plastic cup.
Because there's no glassware.
Actually, first class does have glassware. So I have flown first class before, always as an upgrade.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
We have to get Comfort Plus because Jonathan's so goddamn tall.
We don't always get Comfort Plus, but I am tall and they are not built for tall people.
Well, before you're sick of this conversation, let me tell you why I'm in first class, campers. Because when I booked this flight months ago from New York to Punta Cana one way, Delta, guess how much the ticket was for economy? I'm never like searching first class. I'm in economy with the rest of you guys. I'm fine there. It's a plane. I'm chilling. I'm 5'9". I'm kind of petite. I'm okay. So I don't need all that. But then I look at the ticket for economy campers, $100. I'm not joking. This is a 4.5 hour flight. It was like $115. I'm like, whoa. This is not bad. We fly a lot, campers. This is a cheap flight in my opinion. So then I'm looking, I'm like, well, how much is first class? Just curious. Zoom me. $300. Are you freaking kidding me? I booked it. I said, you know what? Why can't I treat myself? It's a 4.5 hour flight.
Okay.
Is that a crime?
The only crime is I'm going to be sad here at Camp Shady Birch, looking up into the sky every 5 minutes when a plane goes by.
I know.
And waving and
Bubba.
wishing that I was up there.
You can come. You're choosing not to because of your anxiety and you're afraid that your plane's going to get delayed and that you're not going to make your other wedding.
Okay, wait. Campers, now I'm coming to you guys for advice or like your thoughts on this. It's already too late for you to say anything, but basically the wedding that Zach is in and he's going to, International, is like you said in Punta Cana and you're in it and it's the day before the wedding that I'm in.
That's not true.
Yes, it is, Ellen.
That's not true, Ellen. My wedding is on the Thursday. Your wedding is on the Saturday.
The Friday, because I have my thing that I have to be at on that Thursday.
But I said you should just come for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and hang out with everybody and then leave before the wedding because it's kind of a vacation too. Hello.
But Campers, here's my problem that there's one flight that's going from there to Myrtle Beach and it's a connecting flight and it's going to be a pain in the ass. And if I miss that flight or it gets delayed, you guys heard what happened last time with the same exact wedding party when I was in Miami.
I think your problem is your flight anxiety. But my anxiety comes from FOMO. And I just won't miss either. So I'll go to both.
And I have FOMO and I love Des and I love Cam and I wish I could be at their wedding. Congratulations, you guys. But I just don't think I could enjoy my time for the 3 days. All I'm thinking about in the back of my head is what I'm going to do when this flight inevitably gets canceled.
Listen, I understand. We're not going to fight about this. We've been fighting about this personally for months. You've made your choice. I've made mine. I'm in first class. And where are you?
I'm shaking my ass, okay?
Hey,
Campers,
someone's got to keep you campers
please.
together, okay? Because Sandwich has been trying his best, and his back has been out for weeks, and that's why you see him hobbling everywhere. And one of you kicked him. And I know it was an accident because you were playing with your skip it, but it wasn't funny, okay? Because he's on the ground, and now he's crawling around from cabin to cabin.
There's like a snail trail, too.
Yeah, and it's like, someone hose him off.
It's goo.
Cabin 4. Get the hose. You're the closest to the spigot.
Yeah, hose duty this week. But seriously, campers, just let me know. What would you do if your flight to Punta Cana was only a day from Myrtle Beach and you were in the wedding? Anyway, we do have some stories. That is honestly the reason that you came here.
Yeah. What's your first story about?
I've got advice for a camper whose boyfriend loves to shop on the black market.
I have a camper who had a nightmare under the Golden Arches.
And a cheeky camper with her dump truck on display at Walgreens.
Oh, let's get into it.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely. Welcome back to Dear Counselors. You need advice? Baby, we have advice. Is it good? We're not sure, but we're going to give it to you anyway. You can take it or not. So our camper writes in, "Hi, happy counselors. I started listening around week 28 of camp and have never looked back. I'm writing into you today to help me solve a problem that I believe spans decades."
Wow. Generational.
Let me start by saying that I'm married to my best friend. We've been together since high school, and even many, many years in, I'm obsessed. That's so cute. That's
that's love.
That Paramore song that nobody talks about, Still Into You?
Who's not talking about that?
Not the public enough. I feel like I haven't heard it in eons.
Still Into You? It's one of their biggest songs.
Still
Into You.
Okay, stop. It's not a singing podcast. He's incredibly hardworking. We laugh together constantly, and the bedchem is still chef's kiss.
Yay!
My issue is, my husband appears to be a gift fraud. Like, I don't even know how to define this weird habit, but he's been doing it for the longest time. I thought eventually he would grow out of these weird lies, but still, it continues. I want to preface by saying I am not a labels gal. My idea of a splurge is purchasing a single item from Madewell or Anthro. 95% of my closet comes from Old Navy, baby. Shout out. Okay. That's all you just get a couple staple pieces and the rest can be from wherever, you know? But for some reason, my husband goes to great lengths to purchase fake high-end items, then goes through the hassle of purchasing the bags or packaging for the legitimate items that they would come in to present them to me as the real deal.
Wait, this is so crazy. So much work. Because I was like, is he buying the bags, like the Louis bag on the side to put it in? Camper, this is crazy. And that you know, and I'm assuming he doesn't know that you know. I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
Just wait. The first time I discovered this was while we were in college. He had given me a bag that usually carries initials on it. Like, just, you say Louis. Like, it's a fake Louis bag. You can say Louis. And at first, I was floored. Later that week, I hopped on his iPad for something, and the tab from the knockoff Chinese site that he had purchased it on was still open. I never said anything. Sometime during that same year, he purchased me a plaid miniskirt from a different high-end retailer. I'm going to say Burberry, probably.
Well, yes. Great context clue.
I found out that it was actually a fake when I went to sell it on eBay myself. The listing got flagged and my eBay account was marked as a scam for trying to sell an item that wasn't authenticated.
Oh, no.
Those two examples are from many years ago, and there have been some suspected others over the years that I never confronted him about because honestly, I don't care about labels or high-end items. Mm-hmm. He feels joy seeing me get the gifts, so I just leave it at that. The last time has really set me off in a way where I'm like, what the fuck, babe? This is kind of low.
What is it? What is it?
Before vacation this year, I walk downstairs to find that he gifted me a bog bag. Are you familiar with the bog bags?
I don't think I am.
They're like those rubbery croc bags.
Got you.
Campers, if you don't know what we're talking about, give it a little Google search, but it looks like Crocs made them. It's like the same material. They have holes. You can put charms in them.
And they're very trendy this year.
Yes, they've been very trendy.
Yeah, very for like beachy, vacation-y.
So nice. You had to say it thrice.
Well, you're not going to
beachy.
bring it to the grocery store. I guess you could, but the asparagus is going to come out the holes.
Dip it in the water if there's sand in it. Rinse that baby off.
Okay.
Okay, so I looked them up because the camper didn't like. I don't know anything about them. I was like, what the fuck is a bog bag? And then that's when I learned what they are. But they go for $90. The most expensive one was like $125 for an absolutely massive one that I found. I also wasn't looking that much, but they're not super expensive. You can get them at Target.
Okay.
So, spoiler, it was not a bog bag. It was a fog bag. When I went into my kitchen and I saw it, I was like, aw, what's this? And he said he wanted to give me a cool bag. He had seen it on the internet and wanted to treat me before vacation. Great, cool. I used it. I loved it. Life moves on. Flash forward to me on Amazon while on the toilet. I don't know why she said that part. It's not important to the story. I see a 4-pack of strap button replacements on Amazon in the orders for July. So she's on their Amazon account and looking at what was previously purchased. The buttons have a B on them for bog. Curious, I quickly Googled bog bags to see that the real bog bags have the logo on them, not just the B. My fakery crock bucket wannabe was not real. So basically she's finding out that he's buying the pieces to convince her that it's real.
This is so much work for a $100 item.
My beautiful, amazing husband, bestie, has literally switched the buttons on this bag to present it to me as the real deal. Also important to note that at no point in time did I ever mention wanting this bag. Again, I do not give a fuck if it's real, fake, whatever. I honestly happily sip on my Walmart brand Stanley because I'm a budget queen. But we also have great jobs. We're not in college anymore, and we can afford the $100 bog bag if he really wanted to gift me that bad. I guess my question is, do I confront him about this weird habit, or do I continue to just happily accept these gifts because I don't care how much they cost in the first place? Is the diamond he put on my finger actually glass?
No.
LOL JK, but seriously. Thanks for the advice. Signed, the knockoff bag lady in cabin 11.
How exciting is it, camper, to know that you have a story that truly is just you?
Yeah, this is wacky.
This is wackadoo. And it also was like, yeah, it's freak behavior after freak behavior. And it seemed like it made sense in college, but the fact that you guys have money and he's doing this on a bag that costs under $100 when you guys have good jobs and he's putting in so much effort to swap out. Is he getting a high? Does he know you know?
That's what I was going to ask.
I think he's getting that. That's what I think it is. I think he's getting a high off of it.
It could be that. Also, I mean, since it's really not that big of a deal to you, it's just weird. I'm really confused. Well, one, are you a homeowner? Because if you're a homeowner and he's doing like electrical work, he's cutting corners. So I would get that taken care of or at least looked at. That was my first thought, was what else is he cutting corners in life here? Okay. Handle that. My other thought is, where is this coming from? Like, does he have friends who buy nice things for their wives and he just like wants to do that and thinks the affordable way is to do this? I would personally bring it up and then just kind of make a light joke out of it because clearly you guys know each other very, very well. You've been married, you've been best friends. If you sense his energy is weird when you bring it up in a casual conversation.
Well, it's going to be weird, baby. He's trying his best to like manufacture this kind of like life, like this gift, that's not real.
Well, then maybe you pose it like this. Next time he does something for you, first off, write it in because we need an update. What's the next kooky thing he's going to buy for you? Alex and Ani. That's a good one. Pandora. They've got knockoffs everywhere. Say, I don't need expensive things like this, and see what his response is.
I'm sure she said that though.
I don't know.
It sounds like it's a psychological high. I wouldn't bring it up. This is like such a funny thing to like continue to keep for yourself.
We used to have this place that I would go to. It was called Rice's, I believe. We used to go in high school and they had fake Tiffany stuff that they would sell at like a flea market. And this one time, my friend's boyfriend, who I absolutely hated, went to steal one of the bracelets and they were on top of the fake Tiffany bags and the wind blew the fake bag on the ground. He picked it up off of the table and he went to go put it back on the table. The necklace was slipping out of his hand when he was putting the thing on the table. Oh my God, we all got kicked out. I thought we were going to go to jail.
And it was all fake anyways.
It was all fake. And I was
I'm like, y'all are going to jail if I call on this.
Right? Honestly.
I went to a fake North Face party in high school. And I'm the only guy there. Women of all ages.
What's a fake North Face?
16 to 60. And we all go to this girl's house from high school. And in walks her aunt with these big brown boxes of North Faces in plastic bags, but they're fake.
South Face?
No, they all had the North Face logo and they're all like embroidered, but the lining of the coats was different because I had a real North Face. I bought a gray one. Of course I did.
You also stole one from someone in detention.
The one I stole was the real one I had. So I knew so both of my North Faces in high school, I stole one from a classroom and I bought a fake one. But I was in high school. So why I'm not doing this now. Weird. I think there's a thrill here. I think this is exciting. This made me excited for you. Because I'm just curious what happens next. So I don't know. I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't. I let it go. Because I think it's just funny.
Okay. Let it go. But honestly, Camper, please keep us in the loop.
Let it go for him. Keep it going for us.
Yeah. We want to hear everything.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe. Welcome back to Confession Canoe, campers. This story was so laugh out loud funny for me that halfway through I said, I don't know how this is going to end, but I need to just read this live on the pod. The camper who wrote this on Camper Nikki, you need to drop what you're doing and become a full-time comedy writer. This was a masterclass in how to make me laugh. Oh my God. Every sentence is a joke. This is so dumb. Really about nothing and about everything at the same time. Strap in, get ready to giggle. I'm obsessed with this story.
Okay, so hopefully it has a good ending because who knows?
It doesn't even matter if the ending is good because the journey to get there was just as great.
Oh my God, wait, so inspiring before you even start reading.
It's so funny.
It's the climb.
No, it really is. I've been listening to this podcast since the beginning. Nikki writes, I take you guys everywhere. My commutes to work, when I'm getting my steps in, sitting on the toilet. You are basically the narrators of the movie that is my life at this point, and I love every minute of it.
Oh, what an honor. We love to be in your little ear holes.
I want her to narrate my life because this is just perfect. I feel the need to share this experience I had at McDonald's the other day. Is it a scary story in the eyes of society? Maybe not. But is it a scary story for the girlies who rely on soda for serotonin? Absolutely. So I think Nikki meant this as a scary story, but I put it under Confession Canoe. I call this tale The Nightmare Under the Golden Arches. I am 35 years old, and I had 2 alcoholic beverages last night. So naturally today, I was only functioning at about 20% capacity. But I decided to grab life by the balls and still do the right thing, even though I wanted nothing more than to be a sad potato. So me and my friend go for a hot girl walk, and the entire time I'm thinking about Fountain Diet Coke at McDonald's. If you've ever felt run down after a night out, this particular soda is a game changer. You can feel your soul being replenished back into your body while drinking it. It is basically medicine. No, it really is.
No, I got it. I like a mixed Sprite too.
The fountain drinks at McDonald's are just superior. So I decide we will stop at McDonald's on the walk so I can get my elixir of life. We go in. The temperature is set to sauna. I'm sweating like a prostitute in church, but hey, it's fast food, so it should be quick. So this McDonald's has those spaceship kiosks where you can put in your order without having a human interaction. But I only had cash on me. So like a colonial woman, I had to order my drink at the counter and pay with paper currency. Anytime I pay cash, I'm calling myself a colonial woman. At this point, I'm imagining the soda hitting my taste buds. The line is short. This is a good sign. There is only 2 customers between me and my salvation. Okay, so the first woman in line, for some reason, got change of $1 million in coin form. And when the cashier handed it to her, she missed her entire wallet, and the coins hit the ground and dispersed in all directions.
That's always so awkward to be in. So like when it is you or when it's not you, when it's happening in front of you, it's like, do I help pick up the change?
Okay, so our camper says, now for me, no amount of change is worth a waistband. But hey, people have different priorities. I feel like if it's a quarter, I pick it up. If it's a dime, it's too small. If it's a nickel, I'm grossed out. If it's a penny, I'm giving luck to somebody else.
There you go. That's a beautiful way to put it. Mine depends on where I am.
You will never pick up change. You just run from the confrontation.
The only times I've dropped change with you, because I don't really carry a lot of cash anymore, The only times I've dropped change were on the New York City streets. So I'm not going to bend over in Manhattan to scrape my precious knuckles across the nasty sidewalks of the city that never sleeps.
Well, the rumors and the nastiness of a quarter that's a lot of money. I'm picking up the quarter.
Okay.
So she starts picking the coins up one by one while still occupying the space where you can place your order so nobody else can go. It's a tough situation. You can't cut her. You just got to wait for her to be done. After what felt like a century, the nickels and dimes were gathered. I shit you not, she goes to dump them in her stupid coin purse and she missed again.
No. Is this an old lady, she said?
I think so.
Yeah, she sounds shaky.
Well, our camper says, how? I'm shaking. She finally moves over. Now there's only one person left before I am the proud owner of a sweet, sweet fountain beverage. Like Houdini, the cashier disappears. Now, so dumb. The kitchen, as you know, in such a fine establishment is open concept. Oh my God, where is my place? So we can see the mayhem that is occurring as we patiently wait to be tended to. The entire staff is running around in circles and just shouting directions in no logical or linear order. Their leader was particularly chaotic. She screamed the word ketchup enough times for us to assume she was having a Tourette's episode. All the while, nobody is addressing the line that continues to grow like a human centipede. Finally, their leader directs her attention to the patrons as if we are an inconvenience to her and says, if you have a credit card, you can order at the kiosk. Like, yes, bitch, I know. I need you. I'm having tremors. So I start waving my money around like I'm in a gentleman's club and beg her to take it so she can give me a cup so I can move on with my life. She says, you can order at the kiosk and then pay at the counter. That sounds counterproductive at this point.
Kiosk counterproductive.
And I'm in I just want a soda. Like the actual transaction would have taken less time than you explaining to me how I can tell this stupid iPad what I want and then just end up right back here at the register because I don't have a credit card. She cowers to me. I've won. That's the point where I was like, oh, I can't read anymore. I'm so obsessed. I need to finish this on the pod. So this is all fresh to me now.
Oh, I love that.
Mind you, there is a self-serve fountain in the dining area. I say, I just want a Diet Coke. You can give me the cup if that's easier. I don't know why she then assumes I meant that I was going to use the fountain they have behind the counter for employees, but she does. So she tells me I can't be having customers in the kitchen. And I'm like, the fuck? And I point to the fountain I was obviously referring to and not the one that requires trespassing to access. So she tosses me the cup. Finally, the home stretch. The skies part and angels start to softly sing in the distance as I fill my cup with Diet Coke. I pop the lid on, ready to be healed, and I realize there's no straws in sight.
Oh God.
No.
No, girl, you're drinking it like a normal cup.
I now have my cup and no way to drink it. I'm convulsing. No, because it's like she has a fantasy. She's at 20% battery. She needs the full fantasy.
And I feel like when you drink through a straw, it does power carbonate, does it not?
Oh yeah, it hypercharges for sure. I consider my options and none are good. At this point, I'd rather die 1,000 deaths than go back to the counter and try to flag one of those people down for a straw, but I must. So I walk back like a ninja to see if I can spot the straw and grab one for myself. Their leader was right to question me. Apparently I am the type to walk up in the kitchen. Being that someone crossing the sacred line between customer and employee is her biggest fear, she spots me in her peripheral vision. She didn't care that I waited 467 minutes to order a cup. But now that I am towing the line, I am her main priority. She shouts, "Straw!" and shoots one at me like a Nerf football in 1996. Oh my God, those were fun. I like the Nerf football specifically. Those were great. You had to see the spin on this thing. Despite my lack of athleticism, I catch it.
Wow.
The angels singing had you as their priority, and they made you catch it. I have aged several decades by the end of this journey. My biodegradable straw disintegrates and turns to dust on my tongue before I even take 4 steps into the parking lot. Because of the sea turtles. And it's like, why can't we just have plastic straws and not throw them in the ocean? I understand nothing. I continue to shake. Signed, The Thirsty Bee in Cabin 33.
Wow. Now that is how you pass a creative writing course. It could have had the log line, I went to McDonald's and I got a Coke.
Yeah.
But no.
She turned it into a universe. Nikki, Nikki, Nikki. That was incredible. Thank you so much for writing that in. I relate on every level. And it was just, oh my God, so visual, so delicious. Thank you for writing that in.
I too have a confession, Canoe.
I have a baby too. One day I'll tell that story.
Hi, camp counselors. Back in 2018, I was a 19-year-old in college dating a guy 7 years my elder. I hate, like, that just makes somebody sound older. I'm confused.
What does that mean? So he's older?
He's 7 years older, yeah.
Okay. It's usually to my senior.
My junior prom.
My sophomore.
Compared to my friends and I when I was in college, I had to drag him to college bars and make him get me a fake ID. He never complained about dating a younger girl, and I think he enjoyed that I was spontaneous and fun and not like the women his age. And we're not judging. No. We're just gonna, that's not the point of the story. Okay, so we're gonna reel it in. We're gonna reel it out. We're gonna reel it again. Oh, we got a trout. Wait. Not me literally rhyming. That was crazy.
Clever girl.
I'm like a rap artist. One night, laying on our bellies. Wait.
No, because sometimes you're laying on your belly.
Laying on our bellies on his bed, naked side by side. We were scrolling on our phones and our feet were dangling off the bed. I thought about how silly we looked, kicking our little feet like schoolgirls. I turned the camera on my phone and lifted my arm to take a picture of our bare naked butts together. The flash went off and I giggled when I turned it around. He told me, "You're crazy," with a smile and shook his head. We examined the picture I took. I thought the picture was cute, even though I had a pimple on my cheek and his butt was hairy. It was us. While he thought these photos would live between us forever, I decided I would get them printed at Walgreens.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I would do the same.
I'm assuming that she ordered these mobile because I've done that before to get things like digitally printed at like some other store. Mm-hmm. So she's doing everything on her phone. And then she's like, okay, now I got to go in and pick them up. That Saturday, I stopped into Walgreens up the street from my house to the photo section. A really cute guy I graduated high school with was working there. I told him I was picking up pictures. Then the camper goes on to say their first and last name. And then the guy says, "I'm sorry, it's not popping up on our system." So I got out my phone to pull up the email that claimed that the photos were ready to be picked up. He said, maybe I sent them to a different Walgreens. I asked if he could look up my number or my email. I already bought the frame for the butt pictures. He told me that there were 2 accounts that were under my name, and instead of doing the logical thing and checking himself, he pulls up the photos on the giant display screen behind the photo section, and he goes, "Are these your photos?" My eyes are huge because a hairy butt and a pimple on my ass are on the giant screen. I say, "Yes." "I'll get them," he says, while our butts continue to linger on the screen.
No, why would he keep that up?
I don't know, but then somewhere in this, she said that an older woman was behind her in line waiting to be checked out at the photo section. So he's just like leaving it up. She's like, "Okay, I'm going to go pick up the prints," leaves it on the screen. That's freaky. I'm absolutely mortified because never once did it occur to me that some worker at Walgreens would have to check my photos and put them in the photo card thing, obviously seeing our freaky buns. And that's something you don't think about when you're in those moments, taking those pictures and, you know, sending them away. Like, I've had disposable cameras that I've like had fun freaky times with, or I've been with somebody who's goofing off and puts it down their shirt and takes a picture. And I'm like, well, great. Now I don't know if they're actually going to develop my pictures because I'm pretty sure that they can just trash it. I don't know if that's the law, but I think that they can, you know, if it's a bad pic. Well, isn't that movie 1 Hour Photo?
I had a photo once that was naughty.
I too had a photo.
I did. And it was at a different place that I can't say because of contracts, but a big box store. And I got the pictures back and there was a paper in it that said some of my pictures have been omitted.
What was it a picture of? Your piece of deal?
It was.
On a disposable?
Yes.
Vintage. Cute.
Well, someone has a double copy.
I got in my car knowing I just mooned an old lady and some guy I used to go to high school with at the Walgreens. My boyfriend was originally really mad at me, but after 5 years together, he laughed at how crazy I was.
Oh.
Then this gets a little sad. He ended up passing away during our time together. I really want to thank Zachariah for making funny videos that helped me get through the hardest thing I've ever gone through. And now I love your podcast so much. I love you guys, and I love your love that you have for each other. One day, I hope to find that kind of love again. Love, Miss Cheeky in Cabin 24.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm so sorry, but I hope we can bring some levity and some light to your life. But you will find love again because you're a cheeky gal and you're clearly very funny. And that's kind of the recipe for love in my book.
Yeah, and you have those
gotta
pictures.
laugh. Yeah.
You've got that framed picture. But thank you so much for sharing with us. If you too have a story that you'd like to share with us, you can email us at campcounselorspod@gmail.com or go to our website on the World Wide Web, www.campcounselorspodcast.com.
Yeah, we'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you next week. We'll see you forever. And with that being said,
Lights out, campers.